What's up guys, Mr. Basie here, and today I'm bringing you a best class setup for Assault. Now, I've been playing for about 6 hours, so I have a general understanding of how the game works, and I'm going to describe to you why I picked this class. And I actually have 2 Assault classes here to show you guys, because I couldn't really decide, and both of them are good for different situations. So first, we have the BAL 27. It's basically a hybrid between an assault rifle and an SMG. At least that's how I feel, because when you're using this, you have almost every possible outcome to your advantage. It has really good just standard recoil, so you can long range people no problem. The damage on this is quite admirable as well. So you're not going to be, losing gunfights because the damage is, leaves something to be desired. Now, if you strap a stock on there, you get SMG maneuverability, which is extremely important, and I'll get to that later. But the foregrip is what really throws all this together. Now, I'm not a iron sights person, but if you're an iron sights person, or if you don't mind the iron sights, then your attachments may vary and you might not want the red dot. But I feel like the red dot just improves the gun's performance a little bit, and it makes it easier for me to see things. Now, the iron sights are very usable and I have nothing wrong with them, but like I said before, red dot is definitely the way to go for me. But the foregrip definitely provides that increased accuracy. There's not as much kick. I mean, the very little kick that this gun already has is easy to use enough, but the foregrip gives you the ability to engage people at extreme long ranges, which pretty much makes this the most versatile weapon, in my opinion, as of yet. So moving on, we're going to go to the perks. Lightweight is my first perk choice, because even though I like to slay, there are times where I need to, escort a flag carrier or do some objective work. And because of the fact that this gun's got such high versatility in terms of its fire rate and its damage, round off, it just seems like lightweight's the best fit here. I could also use flak jacket if I was doing a more solely objective play. Overcharge would also work if I was using something like exostim, which is a very good alternative. And it's, right now I'm doing public matches, but later on I'm going to be doing a best class setup for competitive gameplay and esports. But as of right now, this seems to be what is working great for public match. Now, I chose not to go with a secondary because I felt like a third attachment on the primary would be best. Now, of course, if you, like I said before, you don't need the red dot, and if you don't want to add a third attachment, then you can probably skip this. But for my third perk, I have, and I skipped the second, I'll get back to that. The third perk, I've got toughness. Now, I go back and forth between these, but for this particular class, I have toughness on because it's really meant for slaying. This class for me is meant for slaying. So toughness gives me the best possible chance of killing someone if they're inflicting damage on me while I'm shooting them. Then I have gung ho. Now, gung ho I chose basically because I don't have fast hands yet. Fast hands, I know exactly what that does, and I'm going to be choosing that just because it's a little bit more beneficial. I don't feel like I would use gung ho as much as I think you think you would use gung ho in theory. So fast hands were definitely more beneficial, and I think I'll be using that. For public match, you can also use peripherals, but I just feel like fast hands would be much more beneficial in terms of reloading and getting right back in the action, especially for a slaying class. Now, for my exo ability, I do have exo overclock, and that's simply just to complement the lightweight. I mean, like I said before, sometimes you have to do some objective work, sometimes you have to assist or support an objective player, so the exo overclock really helps you keep up and makes you harder to hit. I only have 1 frag grenade on this class, and I'll get to that later, and it's mainly because I chose to go with the primary perks on this class. So we're going to move on here to my second class, and the score streaks I just have, they're not really, I haven't put much thought into score streaks, but this is what I like to use. They're small score streaks, they're easy to get, which means that you can assist your team, really well, especially with these kind of kill streaks. First, you get the UAV, everyone knows where they're at, of course. Missile strike, you can keep them off objectives, and bombing run, again, you can keep them off objectives. So they're really short, easy to get, and they serve that purpose by itself. So we're going to move on to Assault 2, which I have the IMR. I really, really like this gun a lot. If you're a support player or if you're a slayer, then as long as you play the role that this weapon is supposed to give you, then you will do absolutely fine. This gun has 0 kick, by default, at least in my opinion. I noticed absolutely no kick. So in terms of attachments, I don't have many unlocked, but I chose red dot to give me a clearer sight picture, and then I chose this because a lot of people like to use silencers. Now, I don't have a lot of things unlocked. I haven't used this as much as the BAL-27. However, I'm firmly confident that you can either use this or quick draw. I think quick draw would be a much better choice to use, considering that it just makes the roll of this gun, like the Slayer roll, a bit better. Now, if you use 3, stock is also a good choice if you want to use 3 attachments, or if you want to go back and forth between stock and quick draw grip. Now, I think quick draw grip would probably be better than stock, but I guess your play style would vary that. But this is basically what I think is great about this class so far. It doesn't one burst people, at least not consistently. It does 2 bursts very, very quickly. The fire rate really complements the damage of this gun, and I just really like it. The ARX just kind of wasn't my kind of thing. It was a little bit slow for my taste, and it didn't one-shot enough to really make the slow fire rate understandable. So with that being said, the IMR as of right now is my favorite slaying weapon. It's very accurate, very powerful, very fast fire rate, and you really just can't go wrong as long as you play the role that is designated with this rifle. I mean, if you go outside that role, you might want to switch up the gun, but it's definitely good for that. Now, I do have lightweight. You could choose flak jacket because you want to stay alive as long as possible, but I chose lightweight because, again, even with guns like this, you have to be a support player sometimes. Right now, I've got peripherals because hip firing with the IMR just doesn't seem practical, even while I'm sprinting. So, seeing as I don't have fast hands, which I will equip when I have it unlocked, peripherals just seems like the most beneficial to me at this time. And I could use blast suppressor here, but I went to go with toughness because this is technically the main slaying class, which is why I only have 1 frag grenade. Actually, could have 2 frag grenades. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, toughness it just benefits the Slayer roll. You don't get hurt as much, especially with a gun like this where it's not fully automatic. You want to make sure you hit your bursts. It just works out really, really well. So that's gonna wrap it up for the Assault class. I have used all of the weapons in the Assault. The only other one that's kind of mentionable is the AK-47, which I might have a video separate on the ones that I didn't choose. But these have been essentially the ones that I like the best. These are the ones that work the best for me. The BAL-27 seems to be a popular choice amongst the playlists that I've played. And it doesn't really matter what playlist you play in. I mean, BAL variants, silenced versions, just different things like that. I haven't seen the IMR too much, honestly. I think I'm one of the only ones that have been using it. Of course, other people have tried it, I'm sure, but in all the games that I've played, I've never once seen an IMR other than when I used it. So I don't know if people have yet to discover this, but it's definitely a really good gun. So if you're looking to set up a class, consider this class. Consider this other one too, the BAL-27. It's very, very good, and it's very versatile. And with that being said, guys, rate the video what you think it deserved. If you'd like to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. This has been Mr. Baezy, your favorite Sage, and I'm out. Oh my god, it's going in her! Dude, that fucking kick was epic. Oh shit. Whoa, look at, dodge like a pro! Whoa. Fuck, are you kidding me? Pop, take that, bitch. You like that? I do.